Hi and welcome back. So you catch me unwrapping this fellow here. It's been a while. Well, actually it hasn't really. Unwrapping's been quite fast. But what I'm going to be doing is basically what I was doing before, which is kind of unwrapping this. Now you can see, or rather you might not be able to, but there is a problem area here, and we need to sort it out. So what I'm doing is zooming in and looking for my cross intersections on these. You see, the problem we have is this here, because it needs to be up there. So let's bring it up, and then I'm going to bring it across here, because the problem is, of course, that it's trying to calculate it with that kind of bridge piece in mind as well. So let's just bring it straight across to about there, and just remember I was talking about this earlier with the feet. Now the reason I've skipped everything else out is because it was pretty much just, SSDD. We've done it all before, and I didn't think you'd really want to watch me do it again. People who enjoy texturing and unwrapping are not of the same mindset as, people who enjoy sitting watching modelling for hours and hours on end. So, again, just Control A, and let's look for those broken lines. Now, here's some here. And there's Mr. Twitters having his good morning squeak. Unfortunately, I don't have any of Bob Ross's pocket squirrels, but I think Twitters there makes up for it. Seems in quite good spirits today, does Twitters. Okay, so that's that major issue there kind of sorted out. Let's have a look on the top here as well. Again, like I say, really looking for intersections that are causing trouble. Okay, now let's do a quick render. Okay, and here we can see that the red parts that I'd had here earlier are gone. Now, what I'll do is I'll show you, if I drop into Adobe Photoshop, a moment. Let's clear away the things I was working on. Now, I'm going to open my old upper normals, which are here, and these are my new upper normals here. Apart from the mad blue, obviously, don't worry about that. Now, the main issue I was resolving here was this part, yeah? Which is, obviously you can see it, it's kind of this massive blue just here on the top parts. Now, if I zoom in on this one, you can see we've just about sorted that out. I mean, there's some minor pinking just here, but we can sort that out ourselves very shortly. Now, another issue, though, we have to cover off is these top parts here and here. So, let's drop back into 3dsmax and see if we can find and isolate the problems we're getting. So, let's see, there's an option in here, if I can ever find it again. Shaded cage, that's the fellow. Shaded cage makes things a tiny bit easier. Now you can see here, this is not going all the way through this mesh, so just bring it up just until it does. There and there. Make sure it's covered at the front as well. Certainly seems to be. Do a quick Control A and look for any brokens and intersections. Now at the bottom here, been having a problem with this, and this could be the same reason. If you look, it's not gone over the top of these, so bring that down a bit more. And here. There we go. Now let's have a look at the unwrap again. Okay, now I'm going to go into Adobe Photoshop again, or whichever editing program you choose to use. Okay, now if I get rid of my upper normals maps and reopen it, Seems to be a mild improvement, though not much. Let's have a look. We've still got some pinking down here on the right as well. Okay. Let's go back into 3dsmax again. We can see the areas that are the direct problem through that map, so we just really want to see if there's anywhere that is intersecting that's causing a massive problem. I can't see it, so in a worst case I'll just edit the normal map directly. Bring this out a little bit here. I think part of the problem as well is that it's kind of not covering at the bottom there as well as it should. Let's go into the front. Okay, left, here we go. I'm going to turn off this shaded. It's getting close. Now then, this part here is not coming out enough either. If you look, it's not over the top of these. There we go. Same down here. Bring this down a bit. Might be worth bringing this up a little. There's an intersection just there. There it is. Just saw it. There, look, it's going down and actually through into the middle of this, so we're going to have to bring it down. That's probably what part of the problem is. There and there. See if we can scale them down together to the same height, more or less. Drop in perspective and have a look at them again. Look at this one. It's awkward simply because of the shape of this one, so I might just have to do some manual stuff to it anyway. Before I do anything, I'm just going to make a copy of my upper arm normal map. I'll make a second copy. There we are, so that's my copy of it now. Right, let's just overwrite. Right, I can see the little red blocks kicking in there, so we'll go into Adobe Photoshop. It's nearly finished anyway. There we go. No, we're still having the same problems, which makes me believe that it's probably just the position of those two upper pegs. They're just having problems in the actual normal one. So, not to worry, I'll just fix them anyway. It's better than this one here by far. So I'm going to re-render it. No. I'm going to re-render it on black. Makes things a little bit easier for me. Just re-render this out. Have a little stretch. And a bend! Right. I'll just reopen this one. Okay, now we can repair most of the damage on this anyway, so it's not kind of life-threatening. The bottom one's a bit of a nuisance, but then again, like I say, it's nothing we can't really get around if we try hard. These kind of pieces here aren't that great. Let's have a quick look at the high-res model again. Could always decimate the polygons, but I think that's going to kind of make a mess of it more than anything. Clean out some of the excess ones. Reapply smooth to it. A little bit smoother in places. I can still see the bends down there, unfortunately. Let's have a quick render of texture off it. Probably hasn't made that much of a difference, to be honest. No, not especially. Well, sod it. I can't put it in looking like this because this looks like ass, although not as lovely. So I drop it, brush tool, clean this out a little, and just minor application of this blur just to put the gradient back in there. I drop a tool here and a brush. Gently chip it up. There we go. Alright, marquee tool. There we go. 1, 2, and then go to the eraser tool. Try and remember where exactly the rivet was. There it is. Use a little bit of blur, mainly on these parts here. Okay, I'm going to do a marquee. Just grab this. I'll just plop it there. Okay, now down here. Just there. Basically drawing out the crap areas, which have been made entirely because of slightly bent polygons. Okay. It's just a case of matching up the pattern. Goes to there. Delete that bit. Let's have a look. I need to get this part in. It's going to be quite tricky. I'll have to get it from right next to here, I think. Then it's just a case of kind of bonding these ones together in the middle. Okay. Careful how I blur, because it's picking up slightly wrongly there. There we are, just a minor bit of blur. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Smooth that area out a bit. Now over here. This area could be lovely, but isn't. There's something wrong with it. We don't like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is make a new layer. Try and get the size of this about right, which is about there. Eyebrush tool, there. Don't worry, I haven't gone mental. Well, I have a little bit, but nothing greater than usual. Slightly up a bit. Okay. Okay. Change my opacity on this eraser to about 37, just to bring it down like that. Now I can move my layer a little bit and darken and lighten various areas. Burn tool, always useful. Actually, let me think. Okay. Okay, slight improvement. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's any better than it was. Okay, I'm going to grab this, like so. Control C. Okay, now I'm going to change this to about there. Okay, just getting close. I thoroughly can't be bothered to do this. Again, a dead load, so... Get rid of this part. Except for that bit there, I think. Okay. I'll just use my standard eraser. Yeah, just thin it down a bit. I've got a full 100% opacity on. Do some minor trim work over here. These should all just be one colour, so I don't care that I'm going over the edge as long as I'm not affecting the other pieces next to it. Okay. Same there. And there. And here. And here. Okay, Control A, Control C. Stick this in the unified normals. Over here I'm going to open H, shoulder mount, upper arm, upper arm diffuse, which is just standard plain grey. Stick it in there. See a few areas in there that could do with a little bit of wanding. Ink dropper, not wand. Silly old me. Okay, now I can wand it. Save that one. Drop back, drop out. Just going to edit poly on top of this. Okay, so the details now sticking out of this, such as they are, rivets on the top and all that junk. Okay, so next stage I'm going to do this corner here. And selection. Hide unselected. Okay. And with this bit, get to the unwrapping business. Well, the projecting business anyway. You can see it's not covering everything already, so there we go. Possibly let's do a quick test on this. Just add a normal. And I'll just stick it at 1024 and render. Yeah, that's going to have quite a bit of mess that needs cleaning. Okay, just reset and push it straight out to start off with. Okay, now these bits on the top and bottom here that aren't coming out properly, I would suspect are more likely to do with flipped UVs than anything. Let's just have a look in Photoshop. Close some of these things I'm not using. Got a lot of stuff open here. Okay, no, I don't want to browse. That was the wrong button. Now we have to wait for it to finish. Okay, it's finished that. Right. Open. And this is some like shoulder or upper arm or something, isn't it? Oh, here we are, lower arm. That sounds like it. Let's have a peek. Okay, apart from a little bit of tipping here and there, it's not too bad. Let's just change it to a black one though, for the background. There we go. This makes it a little bit easier for me to see. Okay. Well, that's the colour of a straight normal there. Let's go and fix these out. Okay. And as for these, there we go. Now then, this looks a little bit off. My problem is that I have an inability to be able to recognise colours very well. Fortunately, I'm going to pass it for post-prep later on. I'll just clean up the normal map to a degree here. Okay, ditch it into our basic one over here. Didn't get a chance to get a diffuse map in this one. I'll just add a diffuse. There we go. Back into a DVD3 shop. And I'm going to just open. Here we go. No, brush. No, ink. Okay, just expand my brush out. There we go. There we are. Stretch. Did I save this? Oh, I hope so. There we are. I love how it's helpfully coloured the paint top red for me. Okay, let's go and quickly check my... I might not have saved my normal map. Let's have a look. No, I haven't. There we go. That looks slightly better. Okay, that's cool. So, what I'm going to do is just finish this off, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do some basic texture prep work. Oh god, this visit to the dentist has knocked me for six. Thank god this is an appendix. Okay, so I'm going to basically do some prep work to get a texture on it, and then we can look into doing some rigging and get it ready for going into an engine. Okay, so until next time, bye bye for now.